Hello and welcome to Nationwide. I am Dennis Adegunloye. Thank you for joining us. We'll begin with bilateral relations. The new United States Consul General to Nigeria, Rick Swart, says his focus will be on expanding commercial engagements and fostering sustainable growth through trade, investments and innovation. He made this known during a high-level meeting with the Minister of Trade and Investments, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, in Abuja. The high-level engagement is coming at a time trade relations between the U.S. and Nigeria are experiencing a significant shift due to a new U.S. trade policy that has imposed a new 15% tariff on imports from Nigeria effective August 2025.
And we continue to deliver win-win for our economies. We've talked about different sectors, what's important to them. And I've also expressed what is important to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We're committed to food sovereignty. We're committed to making sure that our digital trade, where competitive, continues to thrive.
The U.S. is very aware that Nigeria is the largest commercial market on this continent. And there's already a great deal of U.S. investment and trade here. And we want to see that grow. It is important, though, to the administration in Washington that this be free trade, fair trade that benefits both nations and both business sectors.
A long history of free trade between our two countries, and we hope that that will continue. There's a natural propensity for Nigerian businesses to gravitate towards American business and vice versa.
Meanwhile, the Nigeria-U.S. Commercial Investment Partnership, which was signed in July 2024 to foster collaboration in sectors like technology, to remove regulatory barriers and to promote private investments, is ongoing. Again, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has made a special intervention of 1 billion naira, this time to victims of flooding in Mokwa, Niger State. She made the donation on behalf of the Renewed Hope initiative in Minna during a condolence visit to the state government and families affected by the floods. Handing over the cheque and other relief items to the state governor, Umaru Bago, the First Lady noted that victims must be supported in their journey of recovery.
In support of the rebuilding efforts of the Niger State government, the Governing Council of the Renewed Hope Initiative is donating the sum of 1 billion naira that the governor already mentioned, along with relief materials including clothes, shoes, and the bags of 50 kg rice to the state, which is 2,000 bags of rice. The funds will be directed towards housing support and essential supplies to help displaced families get back on their feet, earning daily living and having a better life.
So the empathy that you exhibit, the love you have shown, shows the kind of leadership we have as a country. So I want to thank you for providing this leadership.
The First Lady also launched a separate intervention to support small, medium-scale businesses among women of the states with the flagging off of the RHI Women Empowerment Program in conjunction with the Tony Elumelu Foundation.
Empowerment Program is about supporting the entrepreneurial spirit of our women traders and small-scale business owners who wake up each day determined to provide for their families, educate their children, and uplift their communities. I thank the Tony Elumelu Foundation, who donated 1 billion to the Renewed Hope Initiative to directly support 18,500 women across the nation.
To you, our dear beneficiaries, let it serve as a testament to what is possible when women are trusted and empowered.
In the meantime, successful businesswomen groups in Gombe State have now resolved to train their gender group to become business-oriented. One of such non-governmental organizations, the 1,000 Ambitious Women group, is giving a free business strategy session for women from various backgrounds to equip them with the necessary skills needed to succeed in business. Abbas Meikano reports.
Digital marketing providing opportunities for online trades to operate from home. Speakers in this training session encourage participants to take advantage of this opportunity, emphasizing the importance of leveraging digital platforms to grow their businesses. The program, which brought together 1,000 women, highlighted key factors that facilitate successful business venture, particularly for married women.
I discovered that about 80% of housewives in Bombay were scared to invest in any business. So that is why I decided to introduce the knowledge of online business.
Just emphasize about the federal government ongoing program on the 75 billion MSMEs loan. This loan is being processed now in Bank of Industry.
If you look at the Nigerian population size of about over 200 million, 115 million are female, almost about 50% of the population.
Participants and the resource persons engage in thorough discussions to clarify certain issues on the subject matter. In Gombe, Abbas Meikano, NTA News.
The Accountant General of the Federation, Shamsuddin Ogunjimi, says Nigeria is committed to promoting leadership and excellence in public financial management through sound accounting practices and transparent reporting systems across Africa. This is as Ogunjimi emerges Deputy Chairperson of the Executive Committee of the African Association of Accountants General at the association's annual general meeting in Ghana. The AAAG is a pan-African body comprising the offices of the Accountants General from across the continent, currently with 22 member countries. The Director of Press, Bawa Mokwa, says Nigeria's election to this high-ranking position reflects the confidence and esteem with which Ogunjimi and the nation's commitment to fiscal transparency is regarded by peers across Africa. The federal government is committed to ensuring the realization of the special agro-processing zones, as outlined in the agreement signed with development partners. Vice President Kashim Shettima said this in a message at the flag-off of the special agro-producing zones in Ibadan, Oyo State. Musa Baba Ali reports.
By the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, said the Special Agro-Processing Zones initiative will further boost Nigeria's potential in both local and international commodity markets. The Special Agro-Processing Zones initiative aims to promote agro-industrialization by leveraging Nigeria's vast agricultural potential to drive economic growth, reduce food imports, and create jobs.
We are laying the foundation for agro-industrial hubs that will empower our agro-processors, farmers, stimulate local economies, and make Nigeria a competitive player in global markets.
The multi-million-dollar project is funded by the African Development Bank, the Islamic Development Bank, the International Fund for Agriculture Development, as well as both the federal and state governments.
That Nigeria can and must be a global powerhouse in agriculture.
The foundation for the construction of these zones has been laid in Cross River and Kaduna State. It is now Oyo State turn, where the foundation for the construction of processing zone in Ibadan was laid. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the federal government, through the National Agency for the Great Green Wall, aims to transform Nigeria into a major producer of date palms, while simultaneously combating desert encroachment in 11 northern states. Director General, National Agency for the Great Green Wall, Saleh Abubakar, stated this during the 2025 tree planting campaign in Yobe State, as part of activities marking the agency's 10-year anniversary. Yunusa Suleiman reports.
Neem seedling by the Emir of Bade, supported by the Director General of the National Agency for the Great Green Wall in Maimalari community, Yusufari local government area of Yobe State, marks a turning point in the renewed commitment to combating desertification in the northern region. Over 5 million assorted seedlings of various species are being planted across the 11 northern states most vulnerable to desert encroachment and land degradation. The agency also plans to embark on a massive planting of 5 million assorted dead palm seedlings, which could transform communities in the 11 benefiting states into major producers of dead palm fruits in the country.
Choosing this site of Maimalari as a very veritable example of desert encroachment, dry land, and degraded environment.
We are very much grateful to the Great Green Wall, not only the planting of today, but they have been collaborating with the states in all their activities over the years.
It's for our own good. That is whatever government does is for the community.
The initiative targets the planting of over 10 million seedlings of dead palms and other tree species to combat the impacts of climate change while economically empowering communities across the implementing states. In the Matru, Yunusal Suleiman, NTA News.
And staying with agriculture, in the face of rising cultivation costs and growing concerns over food security, the Sokoto state government has unveiled a large-scale intervention to support small farmers ahead of the 2025 wet season. Anchored on Governor Ahmed Aliu's agricultural transformation blueprint, the program goes beyond subsidy. It is a strategic move to reposition agriculture as a pillar of economic recovery and rural development. Abdullahi Umari Laldu reports.
What is being described as a game-changing move for agriculture. The Sokoto state government unveiled a farm input distribution program aimed at equipping thousands of smallholder farmers. The intervention forms a key part of Governor Ahmed Aliu's agricultural transformation agenda. At the heart of the initiative is a bold subsidy policy, a 40% government reduction, slashing the cost of fertilizer, with NPK and urea now selling at 28,000 naira and 29,800 naira.
This is a clear testament and commitment to our government to encourage large-scale farmers in the state.
A total of 105,800 bags of fertilizer and 12,800 bags of improved seeds have been earmarked for distribution, one of the state's largest interventions in recent years.
Provision of this fertilizer will certainly affect directly, positively, and will reduce the burden among our people.
I want to assure Your Excellency and the good people of Sokoto State that the committee has worked tirelessly to ensure its success.
We promised the governor that we are going to use it judiciously to make sure that this thing goes to the real farmers.
As the season advances, attention turns to delivery. How effectively the input will boost yields, improve farmer livelihoods, and strengthen food security across the states. In Sokoto, Abdullah Omar Ilalu, NTA News.
And we're now being joined from Sokoto by Lawali Salihu to give us more updates on this Sokoto state government initiative. Hello, Lawali. What can you tell us about the various interventions and the project going beyond subsidy? Can you update us on this?
Dennis, good afternoon. Apparently, the exercise was flagged off previously in Guadaba local government by His Excellency the Governor of Sokoto State, Dr. Ahmed Aliu Sokoto FCNE. And with me here is Commissioner of Agriculture, Sokoto State, Muhammad Tukur Al-Ali, who will shed more lights on the exercise. Now, Commissioner, the exercise was held just recently in
Guadaba. Exactly.
Now, could you provide the quantity of the fertilizer and the number of tractors that so far was distributed, and also what measures does government put in place to ensure that these fertilizers reach small-scale farmers rather than diverted or sold out in black market?
Thank you very much. This is very good questions. And as we have heard during the speech of His Excellency Dr. Ahmed Aliu Sokoto,
the state government procure 105,800 assorted fertilizer, as well as the insecticide and herbicide, just for planting and then protection of the plants. Then the issue that we are talking about, the tractors, already a contract was awarded to a contractor. It is yet to be brought to the state, so the solution will be later after receiving the whole total of the contracts given. But the total number was 250. 200 is a branch of four-wheel drive, while the 50 is two-wheel drive. That is the number of tractors we are expecting to arrive very soon, inshallah. Then the method, based on the experience that we have last year, the distribution of fertilizer into our local government, already a committee was established by the Sokoto State government under the leadership of former deputy governor, with the higher powerful people in Sokoto that is trusted, and they have been charged with some of terms of reference, which is one of them is to ensure that each allocation given to each 23 local government should go directly to the beneficiaries. Two, they should ensure that equality in distribution should be applied. They should fear God and ensure that any person that is in black market come and destabilize or compromise the exercise. This is part of the approach way. And each of the bag, in order to have this, each bag is containing this property is a property of Sokoto State government. So the security men in the state, we held a meeting. We told them that any person they saw or they see a person that is selling this property should be arrested and discharged to court. Why? Because it is not for sale. It is only dedicated to the grassroots, that is small-scale farmers and large-scale farmers in Sokoto State. So the rest of the consignment, inshallah, it will be distributed here in the ministry as tradition demands.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. That is the much you can take from here. So go back to the studio with Dennis in Abuja for continuous of nation news.
All right, many thanks, Lawali. Let's now cross over to our Lagos Network Center. Awal is standing by. Hello, Awal. It's over to you. Lagos.
Dennis, and welcome to the Center of Excellence. To expand the nation's social security net, regular strategic reforms to provide robust social security is of utmost importance. Minister of Labour and Employment Muhammad Megari Lingyadi stated this at a two-day workshop for the Joint Committee on Employment, Labour and Productivity and other stakeholders in Lagos. Larry Belay has the details.
Probably by now I will have gone. You know, it's very difficult to maintain and sustain this kind of situation.
Femi Ademola had a spinal cord injury in a road accident. NSITF has been a safety net for this Nigerian and his family. This is what this program aims to mainstream through initiation of ideas that set agenda for change, social policy, economic empowerment, and poverty alleviation through social security systems for Nigerian workers. The program also doubles as a means of strengthening legislative reforms and response, as well as providing an intersection of collaboration between the executive and the legislative.
What we are doing is a demonstration of that unity between the executive and legislature, and we on the government side are coming together to discuss how to improve in the areas of collaboration, in areas of compliance, to ensure that Nigerians are carried along.
Bringing in bills that will help to make the NSITF or the social security of Nigerians more advantageous.
The program reflects NSITF's commitment to carrying out its mandate in tandem with modern demands in labor welfare.
One of the charges that I gave the National Assembly, being representatives of the people at the grassroots level, is for us to collaborate, think strategically as to how we can improve that compliance at the local government level, at the state level, for the benefit of Nigerian workers.
Discuss at the retreat include expanding the social security net, addressing workplace safety and sustainable employee scheme. In Lagos, Larry Pilayi, NTA News.
We shift attention to health matters. Providing optimal nutrition and protection against infections for babies and faster postpartum recovery for mothers formed part of recommendations by medical experts in mother and child care. As the world commemorates Breastfeeding Week, the theme is Prioritize Breastfeeding, Create Sustainable Support Systems. Hingino John Adams takes a look at how to increase breastfeeding rate in Nigeria.
Breastfeeding is nature's gift for bonding between a mother and child. As a baby sucks, looking into the mother's loving eyes, a strong connection is being formed.
It provides all the energy and essential micronutrients that a baby needs to grow and develop properly.
It reduces the cost of feeding, and as well, it helps the mother recover more quickly because the effects of breastfeeding will help the mother go back to her state before delivery.
A report by UNICEF reveals that in 2020, about 29% of infants in Nigeria under 6 months were exclusively breastfed, an increase from 17% in 2013. The figure increased to 34% in 2025, which is below the World Health Assembly's target of 50% by 2025. As the country continues making effort to increase the number, there are concerns on how to achieve exclusive breastfeeding among working-class mothers, babies who lost their mothers at birth, and those born from multiple births.
For babies that are born to mothers who maybe died shortly after birth or during delivery, the options available are to find a woman better within the family that can breastfeed these babies.
Though there may be pains, sweat, and tears in the first few weeks of nursing a baby, experts advocate the use of the 3 Ps of breastfeeding, which are practice, patience, and persistence to gain the benefits of breastfeeding. In Lagos, Hingino John Adams, NTA News.
And those are the reports from Lagos. Nationwide continues in Makurdi with Fatima Hassan after the break. Don't go away.
In the beating heart of Owerri, business never sleeps.
You're watching Nationwide and welcome to Makurdi. Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia has reiterated his administration's commitment to leveraging the state's natural and cultural endowment to drive economic transformation. The governor stressed this when he played host to the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission delegation at the Conference Hall of the Government House, Makurdi. Blessing Omecha Ebute completes the report.
Since the inception of the present administration, strategic investments have been made in transforming Benue State into an economic hub powered by solid minerals, agriculture, and infrastructure. Governor Hyacinth Alia, while playing host to a delegation from the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, presented a comprehensive feasibility report to assess the Natural Resources Development Fund grant to the tune of 267.2 billion naira. Governor Alia emphasized that the proposal, which aligns with the state's 10-year strategic development plan anchored on 7 development pillars, targets key economic outcomes such as increased internally generated revenue, job creation, foreign direct investment, and sustainable infrastructure.
This Natural Resource Development Fund engagement is particularly very vital to us, and as it represents a federal state collaborative mechanism to unlock transformative financing for targeted economic diversification.
Responding on behalf of the delegation, Desmond Akaro noted that Benue's proposal stood out in scope and ambition.
Those things are as well things that will generate revenue after deploying that fund in it. Because as a committee, we still have the mandate to follow up to ensure that these things are judiciously utilized.
The delegation is expected to undertake an inspection tour across various project sites in the state. In Makurdi, Blessing Omeche Ebute, NTA News.
On security matters, a coordinated offensive launch by troops of Operation Wild Stroke to flush out criminal elements and bandits from Benue State and its environs has resulted in the rescue of 11 kidnapped victims and ammunition. Charles Abba reports that those rescued are 7 men and 4 women.
In a renewed commitment to combating insecurity in Benue and other neighboring states, Operation Westro carried out air-supported offensive operations at Seahu and Chito areas of Ukum local government, as well as in Gindim Mangoro, Ukari local government area of Taraba State. 2 police inspectors, Patrick Oda and John Gbede, as well as Betty Yogbo, a student of Federal University, Ukari, who spent 16, 48, and 8 days respectively in the kidnappers' den, were among the 11 hostages rescued. Force Commander, Operation Weststroke, Major General Moses Gara, who applauded the resilience and gallantry of the troops, explained that cache of arms were abandoned by the insurgents due to superior firepower, resulting in the arrest of 2 key suspects.
I would like to reassure citizens of Benue State in particular and the combined joint operations area of Operation White Stroke of our strong determination in the pursuit of our mandate. There is peace in the area, safety of the people to go about their socio-economic activities, as it were.
The commander added that the kidnapped victims were immediately given medical attention and profiled for onward reunion with their families. Charles Abba, NTA News.
And that's our contribution from Makurdi. It's back to Dennis in Abuja.
Many thanks, Fatima. Now, preparations are in top gear for the grand finale of the Osun Osogbo Festival, one of the most iconic cultural celebrations in Nigeria that draws tourists and devotees from across the world to the state. Kayode Oladoshu reports on the level of preparedness for this year's festival.
The sacred Osun Osogbo Grove is once again set to welcome throngs of tourists and worshippers who journey here to pay homage to Osun, the revered goddess of fertility, seeking her blessings for fruitfulness and prosperity. As the grand climax approaches, the atmosphere is gradually coming alive with a series of traditional rites and cultural events that lead up to the grand procession.
There used to be kind of program before Osun Festival. Cleansing of the streets. Every family usually ready. Whether you are Christian or Muslim or whatever religion, Osogbo is Osogbo, and everybody always get prepared.
Despite the grove maintaining its usual serene look, the Osun State government assures that all is set for a age-free celebration.
Osun State government, you and I, let us work together. Let us promote this thing. Investors, I want to admonish us again. Please, let us be interested.
The grand finale of the 2025 Osun Osogbo Festival is slated for Friday, August 8. In Osogbo, Kayode Oladoshu, NTA News.
Well, let's now join Kayode live at the Osun Osogbo Grove to give us more updates on the festival. Hello, Kayode. What is the significance of this historic festival to the people of Osun State and beyond?
Thank you, Dennis. I am live at the heart of Osun Osogbo Sacred Grove. The Sacred Osun Osogbo Grove is a UNESCO World Heritage Site spanning centuries of Yoruba spirituality, celebrating the goddess of fertility, Osun. And just a few meters from where I am standing is the Sacred Osun River, the lifeblood of this grove, which believed to be the goddess. In the coming days here, what has been unfolding before the culminating event, several days before the climax, the town undergoes a cleansing ritual known as Iwokpopo. It's a symbolic purification to dispel negative energies and spiritually prepare Osogbo for the ceremony to follow. Iboriade is another event, Crown's Blessing. The rite, it is the ceremonial blessing of the crowns of the past Ataujas. It signifies ancestral continuity and reinforces the bond between the reigning monarch and the goddess Osun. There have been music, traditional drumming, dance display, craft fair, reflecting Yoruba artistry and heritage ahead of the grand finale, which is coming up this Friday. The grand procession is coming this Friday, as I mentioned. The historic Arugba procession will take center stage. A Voltria maiden from the royal lineage. She will carry a sacred calabash filled with offerings from the Atauja's palace. She will lead a vibrant procession down to the street of Osogbo town towards the grove by the river. She will be accompanied by drummers, dancers, and enchanting worshippers at the grove. The Arugba will present the offering at the river bank, where priests and priestesses join the Atauja of Osogbo in performing the final rite, invoking Osun blessing for fertility, health, prosperity, and then protection for the people of Osun State in general, and even the Yoruba as a race. The Osun State Police Command, they are reporting that they are fully ready. Earlier today, I spoke on phone with the police spokesperson who confirmed that strategic deployments and plainclothes officers will be stationed around key festive sites, including the Grove here, Atauja Palace, hotels where people lodging, the tourists are there, and then public spaces to ensure safety for all participants for this year's Osun Osogbo Festival.
Kayode, many thanks for giving us that comprehensive background to what we are going to be expecting from this festival, and we sure hope it will be very exciting for those in attendance. Thank you. Now, in other news, the Executive Secretary of the Ministry of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, has strongly condemned a sponsored smear campaign targeting the Executive Secretary of the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, Aisha Garba. The minister described the allegations as baseless, misleading, and malicious, aimed at derailing the ongoing reform agenda in basic education under Garba's leadership. The minister reaffirmed his confidence in her leadership, citing her achievements in improving basic education, including construction and renovation of more than 4,900 new classrooms, provision of over 353,000 units of school furniture, and over 5 million textbooks distributed, and training of over 147,000 educators and teachers in modern pedagogical methods. In addition to many reforms, particularly the curriculum overhaul initiated to embed digital literacy, entrepreneurship, and critical thinking into basic education. The minister, under the leadership of Dr. Tunji Alausa, reaffirmed its full confidence in Aisha Garba and her continued leadership at UBEC, describing her as an internationally recognized education expert with over 24 years' experience. The ministry urges the public to disregard the orchestrated falsehoods and expressed support for Garba's transformational efforts to deliver quality, safe, and inclusive basic education to Nigerian children. In the meantime, Minister of State for Works, Bello Mohamed Goronyo, wants social media influencers to leverage the digital platforms for constructive engagements and to use them to articulate the achievements recorded through President Bola Tinubu's Renewed Hope Agenda and the 9-point SMART agenda of Governor Ahmed Aliu to the wider populace. This is while flagging off a one-day capacity building for new media influencers in Sokoto State. Bashir Ibrahim Nababa reports.
Launching the training, Minister of State for Works Bello Mohamed Goronyo described the new media as a medium to promote impacts of infrastructural and human capital development drives of the federal government, which have transformed lives of millions of Nigerians.
Social media has become a very veritable tool, and so we cannot help it than to really, key into the global arena. And by doing this, we'll be able to put on the map the achievement of His Excellency, Mr. President.
Governor Ahmed Aliu Sokoto represented commended the foresight of the minister for the laudable initiative. Director General on Media and Publicity, Abubakar Bawa, and Special Advisor to the Sokoto State Governor on Economic Matters, Bashir Mohammed Achida, reminded the participants to use the medium in projecting activities of the government. Coordinator of the program, Aminu Farooq, underscores the objective of the training towards enhancing capacity of the social media influencers. A paper was presented by the Director General Strategic Communication and Event Management, Nasarawa State, Dr. Farooq Ulemani, titled Fake News as it dominates social media influencers. From Sokoto, Bashir Ibrahim Nababa, NTA News.
All right, our next port of call is our Port Harcourt Network Centre, and Debarbary will take us through the next set of reports. Hello, Debarbary, it's over to you.
To Port Harcourt. The River State Administrator Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas is pleased with the formal recognition of Port Harcourt, the River State capital, as Nigeria's premier energy city by the Society of Energy Editors, describing the recognition as a welcome development. Osinochi Samuel reports.
The World Energy Cities Partnership is a coalition of 19 leading energy cities worldwide and serves as a platform for collaboration, investment and knowledge exchange. They are in Government House, Port Harcourt, to strengthen their collaboration with the state. Speaking at the court's visit by the group led by its chairman, Malam Yakubu Lawal, at Government House, Vice Admiral Ibas said it's a testament to the city's pivotal role in Nigeria's energy sector. He emphasized that the reintegration of Port Harcourt into the World Energy Cities Partnership will unlock transformative economic opportunities, attract foreign investment, and solidify the city's standing in the global energy arena.
Because rejoining this exclusive network will celebrate our legacy by formally recognizing Port Harcourt's irreplaceable contributions to Nigeria's and Africa's energy history, and further change the narratives, project Port Harcourt as a city of stability, innovation, and opportunity, and thus countering past negative perceptions.
Malam Yakubu Lawal is the chairman of the Society of Energy Editors. He lauds the state government's commitment to energy excellence.
Port Harcourt is the gateway for Nigerian energy exports. Yet we gather at a pivotal junction as global energy transition accelerates. Membership in the World Energy City Partnership represents more than prestige. It is Port Harcourt's gateway to Houston cutting-edge energy technology.
Port Harcourt is home to Nigeria's first oil well and remains the cornerstone of the nation's energy sector. In Port Harcourt, Osinachi Samuel, NTA News. The nation's energy sector in Port Harcourt.
Women from various countries have converged on Port Harcourt for the
All right, apologies for the loss of signal to our Port Harcourt Network Centre. Now, Resident Electoral Commissioner in Kwara State, Hale Gabriel Longpet, has called on prospective voters to participate in the continuous voter registration exercise to capture Nigerians who have attained the age of 18 years from the 18th of this month with online registration, which will be followed with physical capturing. The Resident Electoral Commissioner made the call during a press briefing at the INEC office in Ilorin. Here is Ahmed Fulani's report.
In line with the Electoral Act 2022 as amended, the Independent National Electoral Commission has rolled out its timetable in Kwara State, starting with voters' registration to accommodate new sets of voters and give room for transfer from one polling unit to another. The registration, the reg disclosed, will be in two phases of online registration that will begin on August 18, with the physical registration commencing on the 25th of the same month.
Any person who is 18 years or above but could not register during the previous exercise, he or she must present himself or herself to the registration officials for registration and is able to provide evidence of his or her nationality if required.
While appreciating the support of the media to INEC, especially during the 2023 general elections, the Commissioner called for more robust collaboration and support of all the people of Kwara State in the discharge of his duties as the new rec.
It's not overemphasizing the fact that the media has become a very important and crucial strand of the electoral process in the country, because your role as educators, informers, and disseminations of information has become very crucial as INEC has continued to develop and improve on the electoral process in this country.
Qualified Nigerians can visit INEC's website at www.cvr.inecnigeria.org to register when the portal is opened.
All right, you're still watching Nationwide. We'll take another break. Stay with us.
From the Atlantic across the savannah to the Sahara, we rise, a land of the free, we know they tire. We dream great, our spirit is undying.
Resilient, rooted like palm tree, we sway in colors, with undying demand. We make solutions, we ignite passion, yeah. Ethnicity is unique, we have more than just a nation.
We are Nigeria, strengthening unity, we know they carry lives.
National Counter-Terrorism Center, NCTC, Office of the National Security Advisor.
Thanks for staying with us. Olumide Eguntala will now bring us stories from the world of sports.
After the success story of the country's female national teams in basketball and football, Nigeria is set to begin quest for another continental title Tuesday when the home-based senior men's team, the Chan Eagles, take on cup holder Senegal in the opening match of Group B of the 8th African Nations Championship. The coach Eric Chertuto's side strength lies in keeping pressure on the opponents until the team's goals are achieved, as exemplified in tune-up matches ahead of the championship.
We are ready to play this first game, and we try to put in this game what we worked during 4 weeks.
In basketball, sports-loving Nigerians are still commending the federal government's gestures towards the national basketball team, the Tigers, for winning the AfroBasket Championship for the 5th time, days after the Super Falcons received same package from the government for winning the WAFCON title.
Should do something great for Nigeria. We have a president who will truly appreciate you and show you something great in return. So now we must learn a lesson from this as a nation.
This is going to go a long way in encouraging a lot of girls to support sport, and the little girls' child are now beginning to embrace sports because we now have a sitting president that values the sport development. This is very encouraging. This is very inspiring. We believe that this will go a long way in encouraging the girls to embrace sports more.
In tennis, Naomi Osaka faces Elena Svitolina in a quarter-final tight match at the Montreal Open Tuesday. The head-to-head record indicates 4-3 in favor of Osaka, but both women are in form and determined. Svitolina is ranked higher and is the better player on a week-by-week basis in 2025, while Osaka is the better server and other hitter with higher ceiling. With sports updates, Olumide Eguntola, NT News.
And sports update concludes nationwide. Many thanks for watching. I am Dennis Adigunloye. Thanks you for watching. From all of us here, have a good evening.